What's up again, guys? This is Jay on HellaGhosty TV, and what I've got for you today is part 2 of my top 5 new characters to make their debut in the upcoming Injustice 2 video game. I will be mentioning how some of these characters could make a difference in the story as well as in the gameplay. As opposed to the last video featuring 5 heroes, this video will have a top 5 of villains. Now, like my last video, these characters have not been announced as playable publicly, neither are they playable in the first game. They will be completely new to the series. Now let's get on to part 2 of my top 5 characters to make their debut in Injustice 2. Number 1. Cersei. Cersei, god supervillain and one of the few arch-nemesis to Wonder Woman, is a pretty intriguing villain and character to make a debut in the upcoming game. Assuming that Raven doesn't make a resurgence here, Cersei would make a great adversary to Superman storyline-wise, considering Superman has an aversion to magic. Her abilities would give her more of an defensive stance within the game because she could use them at range with the attack plan of evading an enemy and wearing them down. A few abilities that I'd see available to her here include her flight, healing, teleportation, energy shielding, possibly her illusion and astral projection, and obviously her dark magic. Number 2. Clayface. Basil Karlo, Clayface, is one of Batman and Gotham's many supervillains. Basil Karlo injected himself with the specimen samples of Preston Payne and Sandra Fuller, granting him the powers of the two combined. Powers available to him in Injustice 2 include shape-shifting, power duplication, and being able to hurt people via contact with them. His clay-forming abilities allow him to shape his body into all types of weapons, and he can completely encase an enemy. Story-wise, his shape-shifting abilities could really aid him, as he would be able to easily shapeshift into any character or item for easy infiltration of one of the opposing groups, such as Batman, Superman, etc. Number 3. Weather Wizard. Mark Martin, the Weather Wizard, would be a great and intriguing inclusion to the Injustice 2 roster. The manipulation of the weather could give him something of a strategic advantage with the use of in-map and out-of-map abilities. Using his hands or weather wand, he could conjure lightning, hail strikes, tornadoes, or even tsunamis that could give him a strength advantage during a fight, only to have a nerf given to him in the health and defense department. He would possibly also have a harder time in close-up, hand-to-hand combat. It's safe to say he won't be engaging in any bitter fisticuffs anytime soon now, will he? Number 4. Cheetah. Barbara Ann Minerva, the Cheetah, is another one of Wonder Woman's arch-enemies and another character that would make great for an interesting add to the Injustice 2 roster. Taking on the powers of the African Cheetah Guardian, her agility, stealth, super abilities, strength, speed, etc., claws, and divine powers will give her a playstyle that is really unlike any of the other characters of Injustice. Utilizing the speed of the Cheetah, she could easily attack in a quick flurry of swipes and slashes of her claws, along with being able to zip around to evade an attacker. There haven't been any characters that could really emulate this fighting style included in Injustice before, so her inclusion would give a new fight aspect pretty unique to her. She's pretty much a beast, and some people say that she's quite the animal. Number 5. Poison Ivy. Pamela Isley, or Poison Ivy, is probably the most requested character by fans of my entire list. She was around in the comics during the 3rd and 4th years, and she has also had an environmental weapon in the game, in the Arkham Asylum and Joker's Asylum arenas. Her abilities would make her a great defensive character as well as a great offensive character. She contains rapid healing, hypnosis through pheromones, plant manipulation that could allow for vine whips and lassos, etc. People have already created mods from other fighting games to be able to include or play as Poison Ivy. It does seem as though she has a pretty good chance of making her first debut in Injustice 2. But these are all seeds for thought, and I don't want to plant any wrong information into your heads. Now remember, this list is clearly speculation and thought, and I don't want anyone's hopes getting up if anyone here doesn't make the game. For some good confirmed news, Ed Boon and NetherRealm have confirmed the Injustice 2 release date for May 16th, 2017. That is just about 2 weeks before the release of Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman film. Hit the like button below if you're excited for the Wonder Woman film, and vote for which character you want to see most from my list in the game at the voting link in the top right corner of the video. As always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, please leave a like, a comment, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already. While you're here, check out part 1 of the series at the video link on screen.